at our Budweiser starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Chicago Bulls at 25-12 under Tom Thibodeau. Luol Deng is at 1 forward spot. Kurt Thomas subs for Joakim Noah, who's been out for a while. Carlos Boozer is the leading scorer on the front line. The leading scorer overall is D.Rose at 24 a game. An old friend, Keith Bogans, who played with the Bobcats about 7 years ago, completes the starting lineup. For the Bobcats, it goes this way. It's Gerald Wallace back in the starting lineup for the first time in 9 games. Kwame Brown, the man in the middle. Boris Diaw is the power forward. Steven Jackson and DJ Augustine in the backcourt. With more on Gerald Wallace and his return, let's bring in the third member of our broadcast crew, Stephanie Reddy.
Thank you so much, Steve. Well, this is the well-documented third different time that he has sprained that left ankle in the same exact spot. This last third time, though, he also had a bone bruise. So, key note, look at his shoes. He is wearing new shoes this evening for the first time. He said the first 2 pairs, he rolled his ankle. They wanted to try something different. This shoe should have a lot more support. These are still Michael Jordan shoes, though, keeping in mind he is a Brand Jordan athlete. This is also the first time in his career that Gerald Wallace has ever had his ankle taped, guys. He said it normally bothers his feet, and he never had ankle issues. He said after the second sprain, they had him wear a sleeve to support it, but because this third one was so bad, he now has to get it taped. The only thing differently, he says, to get ready for the games now is he has to get used to the tape.
I wonder what number Jordan those are.
Hey, leave it to Michael to come up with some shoes from his All-Star. All season long, Sports Out brings you Bobcats basketball in high definition, courtesy of H.H. Gregg. Bobcats have the ball off the bat. And that was a good-looking jump shot, except it was not long enough. 7 on the shot clock, though. DJ didn't hit the rim on that one. Boris looks to do the same here and got it for 3.
He didn't hit the rim either.
No.
But a much better result.
Made the shot clock move, that's for sure. 3-0. Derrick Rose.
That Gerald in those shoes, man. Whenever I twisted my ankle in a pair of shoes, they were done. They went to charity.
You didn't tell anybody. Hey, great pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Bogans on the wing. This is Kurt Thomas. He'll take the jumper. And the Bobcats will be happy for him to take most of the shots. He, and if not he, maybe Keith Bogans. Get out of the hands of the other 3.
Kurt Thomas representing the old guys in the league.
How old, you ask? How about 16 years in the league? The exact length of Del Curry's NBA career. 3 on the shot clock for DJ. Thomas gets the rebound. 16 years, that's right.
Is he 40? Is he the number on his jersey?
No, he can't be. Can't be. Well, how old were you when you were 16 years old?
38.
Okay. Give the man a little credit. Into the lane, Boozer. Wallace to the rebound. That'll look good. He's been around, that Kurt Thomas. 6 or 7 teams. Broke in with Miami. Kwame Brown right down the throat.
Wow, Kwame with deep post position. Almost too far under. Caught and just turned. There's the basket.
Dang on the wing. Wallace matched up with him early on. That puts Jack over on Bogans. Boozer out of the post, threw it away in the backcourt, and it's going to be Bobcats ball on the turnover.
And there you see where Dang likes to move and cut. Boozer thought he was going to spot up and stay at that one position, but great post defense also to get Boozer to pick that basketball up.
You saw Tom Thibodeau on the Bulls bench, a highly coveted assistant, coached with Doc Rivers in Boston last year. A lot of teams were after him. New Orleans, Chicago, everybody wanted to talk to him. He decided to take the Bulls. He's done a good job. Gerald Wallace to the rack. The Bobcats up here 7-0.
Wow, that was a nice move right there by Gerald, going to his left hand.
Here's Bogans, top of the floor. Thomas. Rose. Diaw comes out, and that's what the Bobcats want to do. You're going to see that trap, Dell. They're going to take him all the way to Albemarle before he gives it up.
You have to make him give the basketball up. You said it. And then the pre-rotation. I don't know if you can see that here, but there comes off the screen. Good double right there. And he turned to throw that ball back in the corner. Gerald Wallace was already over there because he had pre-rotated.
Diaw has to get out of the paint. Here comes the shot. The 3 by Gerald. Doesn't go. Bogans gets the rebound. Bobcats up here 7-0. Here's Rose. He says, you're not going to let me move from side to side. I'm just going to take the jump.
Yeah, when he brings the ball up in his left hand, he normally finds a spot to elevate and shoot. So they just try to keep him out of the paint. If he knocks down 10, 18-foot jump shots, I think you'll live with that.
On the wing, here's Boris. Gets by Kurt Thomas. Inside to Kwame for a big finish.
With 4 creating for the 5 that time, and Boris passed the basketball where only way he could get through, a little shuffle pass under, and Kwame with the strong finish. Thought he didn't have ops.
Thibodeau wants a timeout. It's going to be a 20-second timeout to talk to his team. As right now, the Bobcats are doing exactly what they talked about in shoot-around this morning. Restrict Derrick Rose and watch the bigs go at it together.
Yeah, look at that little underhand pass, and Kwame says, Kurt Thomas, neither one of us has hops, but I got more hops than you. You're not going to get this.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's bow time. Something else that you and I talked about, and it was your idea, obviously, with regards to Derrick Rose. Not only do they want to trap him, if they can't trap him, they want to try to restrict him from going one side of the floor to the other.
Exactly. Make him try to get him to keep the basketball on one side of the floor, because when he gets to the middle, he's one of the best crossover dribbles in the game of basketball today. Explosive, quick, fast, and then when he gets to the paint, it's all over.
Yeah, forget about it. Start doing the victory lap. So Bobcats want to prevent that. Here's Dang on the inbounds. Rose has it, gets it in there before the defense is set, and that's a perfect illustration of what Dell was talking about.
Well, that time he turned down the pick and roll, saw a little crease, split the defense, and then he's in the paint. Wow, he can elevate.
9-4. He's good enough to take the game into his own hands. And that's why Tom Thibodeau calls him an MVP candidate, and undoubtedly so. Jack blocked as he run out of bounds. Bogans gets it. As we remember Keith Bogans, he was an excellent defender, a spotty shooter. His best night, and it's been his best night ever in any uniform, was with the Bobcats the first night they played Orlando, and he scored 28 on his former team. Kwame inside. All Kwame all the time when it gets to the paint for Charlotte.
Boy, set up by the screen that Kwame laid on Keith Bogans. That created space, and a nice pass by Jack. Kwame with the two-hand flush.
Rose on the wing. Here's the three from Dang. It's good. Luol Deng has hit, let's see, 53 three-pointers on the season. So it's in the repertoire.
Yeah, half-court game, he's either going to spot up or you'll find him moving without the basketball. He's increased his range, and that looked good.
Boris Diaw draws Boozer out on the perimeter. We've got a whistle and a D3 now. Is going to be charged to Kurt Thomas. And Kurt trying to catch up with Kwame inside and prevent his path to the basket. And that's got him in a discussion there. Our crew tonight is Monty McCutcheon, Josh Tiven, and the official that Kurt Thomas is talking to, Leon Wood. One thing I didn't know about Monty McCutcheon, he lives in Asheville.
Really?
Yep. Told me tonight, he said, I got 13 inches of snow on my deck in Asheville. I said, how'd you get here? So I drove. Augustine, top of the floor, into the paint. Kwame, big target. And wait a second. And it's a foul on Kurt Thomas, who's had enough of Kwame dunking on him, so he's trying to push him out of the lane.
His first personal foul.
That's his first.
Well, we talked about confidence on this Bobcats team. That guy right there has a lot of it going his way right now. You see him with the post-ups. And when he catches the ball, he's going right to the rim. A little hesitant early in the year, not anymore.
Look at him now. Go again.
With the left hand.
I'll tell you what, Charles Oakley's been doing some coaching with him.
Yeah, he certainly has. Coaching him up and giving him a lot of confidence, challenging the big guys to get more aggressive, take hard fouls. Kurt Thomas had enough. Look at that catch. Nice pass by Boris Diaw, where Kwame could reach down and catch that ball low, get up in nice rhythm. Nice soft left hand.
And a technical foul on Thomas to boot. So a D3, a personal, and a technical, all in 20 seconds on Kurt Thomas.
I said before the game, Kurt, he's going to, three things he's going to do. He's going to get a hard foul on somebody. He's going to set a hard screen. And he's going to take a charge.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of the other stuff so far in this game.
Yeah, well, we've seen a hard foul. Here comes the steal. Gerald anticipating. Oh, Rocket Gerald.
Just to let you know I'm back and the wheels are feeling good. Let's windmill it.
17-7. Bobcats by 10 over the Bulls here early. Here's Bogans on the wing. Inside it goes to Boozer. Thomas at the top. Comes back to Bogans. Bogans on Wallace now. Up and under. Nice play by Keith Bogans. 17-9. Once a Bobcat, always a Bobcat, right?
Yep.
DJ for three. And DJ's been one real confident Bobcat here over the last 8 games.
Well, all 5 of these guys have really played good on the offensive end here in this first quarter for the Bobcats.
Rose splits the D, gets to the rim. No. Kurt Thomas with a rebound. Deng to Bogans. 7 on the shot clock now for Chicago. And Rose misses the shot but draws the foul on Kwame Brown. Derrick Rose to go to the free throw line. Good opener for Kwame Brown, who's 4 for 4 tonight and 8 points.
Rose that time really strung Kwame out and kind of initiated the contact in a good way to get that foul and stop this run for the Bobcats.
Let's take a look at our Presbyterian inactive report tonight. And it shows Joakim Noah is out for the Bulls. Derek Brown, Ghana Diop, and Nazir Muhammad are active for the Bobcats. Shot by Rose is good. 20-11. Bobcats by 9. Bobcats 8 field goals, 2 3-pointers, 3 dunks. They have 6 assists in their 8 baskets. Augustine inside, blocked by Rose. Here's an example of what he can do at both ends. And his shot blocked by Wallace. Here's Augustine, pull up 3, no. Hustles for his own rebound. Gets it to Boris, he'll spin on Bogans. Drop step, lay it off, no. Boozer got it just below the rim. What a sequence by these 2 teams. Pass to Deng. Inside, Thomas with an easy bunny. Nice pass by Luol Deng.
Yeah, it certainly was. To the defender with that pump fake, and then Thomas all alone under the basket. So flurry of action here in this first quarter.
That's been fun. Augustine goes all the way through. The whip out to Diao. Under 10 on the shot clock. Diao gets it back on the run, plus the foul. Bobcats 14-6 on points in the paint. And a timeout on the court at the 4:59 mark. The foul's on Carlos Boozer. As we have a timeout, look at this. Forrest Diao with the lay-in and the foul. And then Gerald Wallace with the steal off the hand of Carlos Boozer. Guess who's back? Opponents here at home under 100. And here are some examples of tonight's defense.
Boy, they played it very well. Look at the leverage Boris uses right there against Boozer. The double team again, Boris shows really good. And the turnover right there. Another double team on Derrick Rose. Gerald Wallace in the passing lanes. Defense leads to high percentage shots. Gerald Wallace goes up again for another block to the Bobcats early in this first quarter, setting the tone defensively, because we know the offense has been there lately as well.
Boris Diao to the line for the 3-point play, which is good. Bobcats lead by 10 now. And it's a 12-5 run over the last 3 minutes for the Bobcats, who started with the first 7 points of the game. Rose, top of the floor. Here comes the screen. They'll leave Thomas alone to get to Deng. In the ballgame now, Ronnie Brewer places Keith Bogans. Deng down the lane on Kwame and lost the ball out of bounds.
Look at the big fella move his feet. Kwame Brown playing Luol Deng on the perimeter. Got switched off, but did not need help. Moved his feet and forced a turnover.
DJ Augustine with it out front. Charlotte 23-13. These 2 teams will see each other several times before. Here comes Kwame Brown, attacked in the paint. And the foul coming up inside. Who's it going to be on? It's going to be on Carlos Boozer. And that's 2 on Boozer. And waiting to get into the action is the guy. There's no relief in sight, because here comes Taj Gibson. Gibson is this is a kid who comes off the bench and yet still has 7 double-doubles.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about in the keys. You got to know your personnel. Brewer is in the game now for Bogans. Bogans a three-point shooter. Brewer does not shoot many threes at all. I think only attempted 9 all year. And then Gibson comes in for Boozer. Not the offensive player, but you said it on the boards. You really have to keep a body on him.
Gibson, 8 points, 5 rebounds against Detroit. They trailed Detroit at halftime by 12 in their own building and then came back and put them away by 13. Bulls 16-4 since December 4th. They have the 3rd best record in the East. Rose, look at how he manipulates his way into the middle and draws people to him. Eventually somebody's going to foul him. Boris Diaw did it that time.
He gets really low with the basketball, dribbles it really low where you cannot get a hand on it. And then his strength, quickness just to get by, take body blows and still continue his forward progress to the basket.
I was going to say, by the time you get down in his neighborhood, he's gone.
Yeah.
Deng, open shot at the top for 3, doesn't get it. Kwame gets the rebound. The outlet to DJ. Let's see if anything's different now. Well, it's Kwame defended by Kurt Thomas. Jack inside. He's been quiet offensively. Tips his own rebound. No, Kwame is there and draws the foul. The basket will not count. The foul is on Taj Gibson. That's going to be the 4th team foul now on the Bulls. First on Gibson. Gibson, second-year man. Out of Southern Cal. Excellent rebounder. And here is Kwame Brown to the free throw line again. Up for 2. Download the free Charlotte Bobcats mobile app and connect with your Cats whenever and wherever. Get Bobcats updates on players, stats, and standings. Check out exclusive video clips. View the photo galleries, all from your smartphone. Download the Bobcats app now for free. Visit the Market app on your Android, iTunes Store, iPad, iPhone, whatever. For download help, visit Bobcats.com. 5-13. Rebound comes away to Gerald Wallace on the miss by Rose. Boy, he challenges you. Augustine lost the handle on a high dribble. It's a 3-on-0. Braden Deng will get the dunk. 25-15.
Gerald Wallace gave DJ that basketball in a lot of traffic with Derrick Rose coming up from behind, and DJ felt him and just lost the handle.
Screen there by Kwame. He set some nice ones here tonight. Jack, shot fake and a penetration into the lane over Gibson and hits. Jackson's first basket in 3 attempts this evening, 27-15.
Well, the last possession, Jack very aggressive going to the boards. Thought he got a hit. That time a nice ball fake and a high arcer over the top.
Inside goes to Deng. Thomas to Corey Brewer. Brewer, the last couple of years in Utah, changes a shot into a pass. Gibson recovers. 3 on the shot clock. Has to fire one up. No. Rebound tip to Bobcats there. Kurt Thomas hits it, but it was last touched by Gerald Wallace. And we have a timeout on the floor. Second mandatory timeout of our first quarter of play. The Bobcats still hold a 12-point edge over the fast-moving Chicago Bulls with 2:33 left in the first quarter. And the Lakers, it's your choice. Pick them up in your Flex 4 plan today. Get the Heat or the Lakers, then 3 other games of your choice. Tickets start at just $20 per game. Call 704-BOBCATS or check out Bobcats.com. I mean, we can put ticket packages together all we want, but we find that our fans do the best job of putting them all together to the games that they want to see. Gerald Wallace, triumphant return. Let's see, a block, a dunk, a steal. Not bad. Stat stuffer.
Yeah, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Thought he was going to be rusty.
Yeah.
But he did miss a 3.
Oh, really? Derrick Rose on the inbounds pass. Look at 2 defenders follow him. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Give up the ball, let others play with it. Brewer in the corner. Gibson on the wing. That's not his range. Jack has the rebound. Bobcats doing an excellent job defensively. They've got Boozer on the bench with 2 fouls.
Well, Deng is the only guy on the floor for the Bulls right now that can stretch the defense with a 3-point shot. So rotation, the distance that you have to travel won't be as far when you rotate.
Kwame shot blocked that time. Gibson held his ground, as did Thomas.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
comes Rose in the lane. Distributes out. And the aforementioned Luol Deng hits the three. And it's 27-18 Bobcats. Augustine in the front court. Jack holds high. Set up Boris in the post on Deng. He slipped inside. The ball tipped back out. Shot clock still has 8 on it. Augustine to recreate. Show and go. Score the basket and the foul.
I love this attitude, aggression right there. Look, froze Taj Gibson with that ball fake right there. Took the hit, lost the handle, gathered and connected on the 2-point shot. Goes to the line for the old 3-point play.
He had a valuable ally on the wing with Jack. You can't leave him. And here's Augustine for the 3-point play. The Bobcats now up here 30-18. DJ with 8. Thomas has picked up his second foul. The goal of the technical. Omer Achik is in the game now. Number 3 from Turkey. Growing number of Turkish players in the league. Edin Turgulu the first. Out front, Corey Brewer, wide open, mid-range jumper, no. Rebound, hauled down in traffic by Kwame Brown. Wallace on the wing. You know, when you think of it, Gerald Wallace always has some pretty good games against the Bulls. Jack, back to Diaz. 50 seconds left. Three-pointer, DJ Augustine. He's got 11.
Jack did his job drawing the double team. Nice kick out and a quick reversal by Boris Diaw to the hot DJ Augustine.
33-18 Charlotte. The cheek inside. Brewer. He coughed it up with a foul coming up on Jackson. Ball on the side now for Chicago. Bulls go to Indiana tomorrow night. Actually, they'll play there on Thursday. On Thursday. They'll try Friday, the 14th. Then they have a back-to-back with Miami Saturday. The cheek with it. Off now to Corey Brewer. Deng for 2. Yeah, you're right. He is the stretch of floor shooter. The only one left on the floor. 33-20.
And he moves very well without the basketball to set up that shot. So just need to stay connected to Deng.
4 for 5. 2 out of 3 from three-point range. Has 10 points and leads the Bulls. Augustine turns the corner. 3-ball. Boris.
Nice decision by DJ Boris. Able to stand there in the eye of the rim, get a nice look, and knock it down.
Bobcats 4 of 7. Here's the penetration by Rose with 3 seconds left. And a steal by Corey Brewer, and he'll put it up and off. Rebound comes to Kwame, and the Bobcats get it back. Boris Diaw with the big 3, part of a 4-3 parade by the Bobcats. DJ Augustine, 11 points, 3 assists. Kwame Brown, 10 points, 4 rebounds. Had the first 4 field goals for the Bobcats. They're off to a great start. Up on the Bulls by 14 at home after 1. The cheese is sure to crank up the flavor. Subway, eat fresh, limited time only at participating restaurants. Charlotte 13 of 22, winning the rebounding edge, 9 assists in their 13 field goals, points in the paint. We got a 5-second call against the Bulls. The defense isn't showing up necessarily in the shooting percentage of Chicago, but the fact that the Bobcats have 3 more field goal attempts.
And they forced them to 4 turnovers. The big one right there as you start the second quarter. Just not letting the Bulls inbound that ball with defensive pressure.
Here's Jackson. Off the rim, Taj Gibson, a rebounding machine off the bench. On the floor with a cheek. Also Deng, and this is C.J. Watson out on the floor out of Tennessee. Third-year man finds the Turkish star inside. This is going to be Gibson. Shot blocked by Sean Livingston, but a foul on the backside there attributed to Boris Diaw, and that's going to be his second.
Well, Bobcats just a step late on that help. Gerald Henderson, Sean Livingston, everybody trying to get in and do their part just a hair late.
Gibson on the line. He's a 69% free throw shooter. And he's getting ready to go to the stripe. Misses it. He's been in a shooting slump offensively. Last 4, 5.2 points and 8 for 24 from the floor. McGuire comes in now, and Boris Diaw goes out. Kyle Korver on the floor. And Luol Deng gets a rest, so they don't lack for a shooter who can stretch the floor down.
Exactly. Gerald Henderson stay connected to Kyle Korver, make him put the basketball on the floor where he's a less accurate shooter when he puts it on the deck.
Henderson, Tyrus Thomas, Sean Livingston, Dominic McGuire, team with starter Steven Jackson. Jackson has the ball now. We got a whistle, and it's a defensive 3-second call. And it's going to be charged to Chicago, and I'm not sure who committed it. It's going to be Ed Chief. And to the free throw line now goes Jack. Bobcats up here 36-23. 11:28 left to go in the second quarter. Steve Martin here along with Del Curry and Stephanie Reddy. You got a nice crowd in here. Most of these people have cabin fever, I think.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Been inside for the last 2 days. We got a whistle and a foul and a hurt player. That's Ronnie Brewer. It's a blocking foul. It's going to be charged to Tyrus Thomas. And he put Ronnie Brewer on the floor.
Got him with the clip right there.
Yep. Matt Carroll comes in. Steven Jackson comes out. So Jack, the last starter to leave, and Matt coming off a 12-point performance against Memphis on Monday night. Looking for more of the same here tonight. C.J. Watson in the front court. So key part of the game here is the twos duke it out in a second. Watson. Korver sets up. The cheek inside. And he traveled with the ball. I thought he did a da-da-da earlier, and that was definitely a da-da-da.
Hop and a 2 steps. And we'll get a travel call every time.
Guy who runs NBA security in this hall asked me what a da-da-da was. Saying, where's this information going? Livingston works it with 5 on the shot clock. Comes out front. Here's Tyrus Thomas with a mid-range jumper. Thomas, of course, started his career with Chicago, part of the All-Star break trade that sent Flint Murray west. We got a whistle and a foul now coming up, and it's going to be charged to Matt Carroll.
Match up with 2 guys going to be chasing each other all night. Korver and Carroll.
2 shooters. Here's C.J. Watson. Pulls up with a jumper in Livingston's face. The rebound comes down to Thomas. He tips to Henderson. Henderson back the other way to Tyrus. T with the handle. Sharp cut by Carroll. Here's the jumper by Ty. And Ronnie Brewer comes up with a rebound. He might have been writhing in pain a few moments ago, but he seems all right now. Watson inside, and a block by Carroll. Ball comes back to McGuire. Inside, Henderson maneuvers with the smaller cover into the post. Turns, fires, hits. 40-23 Charlotte.
Now that's confidence right there. You got a smaller cover, and you said, I'm going to take a fadeaway jumper off of one leg. You're not going to stop it.
Biggest lead of the game for the Bobcats right now. Carlos Boozer getting ready to check in. Ronnie Brewer has the ball slapped away. Here's Watson. Hesitate, fire into the defense, block. Bulls looking for a foul. Here comes Livingston on the wing. Matt Carroll for 2. No. Tyrus Thomas hustles for the rebound. Back to Henderson. Short corner goes to McGuire. Livingston fishing for a screen. Draws the D to him. McGuire, kick out Thomas, foul line jump short. Gets his own rebound. Comes back to Henderson for 2. No. 2 good shots by the Bobcats. Wouldn't go. Trying to pull up to 19. Gibson in the post. McGuire stays at home. The shot does not go. Tipped at the rim. Taken on the rebound. Loose ball foul coming up. Looks like it's going to be on McGuire. Timeout on the court coming with 8:47 left to go here in the first half. Bobcats still keeping a 17-point buffer between themselves and the Bulls.
Stage for your Bobcats, especially in the blocks department. You expect this out of Gerald Wallace. Rusty or not. But here's the one I love. Matt Carroll from behind. And even Sean Livingston getting in on the act. 3 blocks in the first half. And you guys, I know you remember this in shoot-around this morning when they went over their defensive plan against the Bulls. Every single player was completely focused. They were dialed in. They were making suggestions, asking questions. And when they finished the walkthrough, guys were actually clapping it up. Now, Del, I don't know how often you've seen that in shoot-around, but guys clapping it up after the walkthrough.
You're right, Stephanie. You don't see that a lot, but when you're winning and everything's going well, everybody is getting playing time. Everybody's into the act. You want to keep it going. And they knew, the Bobcats players knew that this would be the game that tests just how far they've come under Coach Paul Silas.
And I felt accordingly that this was probably the most serious shoot-around that they held. There usually was a little fun and some give and take just to ease the pressure, but today it was all business. You got a whistle and a foul, no shot. And it's going to be a 3-second violation. It's a defensive 3-second violation on Gerald Henderson. So Korver goes to the line.
Well, also, I think you have to give some credit to Coach Ralph Lewis and Stephen Silas, who do the scouting reports Ralph Lewis did today. He was very detailed and giving players just little things that could help them in regard to their defensive effort tendencies of players. And guys realize that the coaches have done their homework and want to try to help them as much as they can. So they got to listen.
I'm amazed how they use the time in shoot-around. It's usually about 15 minutes. A good play by McGuire to deny a dunk to Carlos Boozer, as he shook loose from his defender, and he'll go to the free throw line. Boozer has been a non-factor in this game so far. Straddled with foul trouble with 2. That's why he came in early. He's averaging 21.6 in his career against the Bobcats. He is looking for his first point of the night right here. Carlos Boozer, college career at Duke from Alaska. Was at Cleveland and said, hey, no problem, I'm going to re-sign with you. Next thing you know, he's in Utah. That didn't make him popular in Cleveland. He's real happy that LeBron left. Livingston. Carroll down to Livingston. He's got size now on C.J. Watson. Turns inside. Baseline, no. McGuire tries to tip. Korver gets the rebound. Here comes Watson looking for a trailer. Korver finds Todd Gibson inside and we get a foul. It looks like it's going to be on Carroll. No, Tyrus Thomas.
That's another good foul right there because Gibson was right around the basket. A pretty good defensive transition right there by Matt Carroll, and Gerald Henderson initially stopped that basketball by communicating. The Bulls just passed it around, and what a good foul.
And here's Gibson on the line again. He's 2 for 3. Chicago 25-12, 17-3 at home. However, 8-9 on the road. Rebound, Tyrus Thomas.
Now, Tyrus and Dominic McGuire both have 2 fouls. We'll see how long Coach Silas will leave them on the floor.
Here's McGuire, makes his move baseline, turns inside, finds a cutter, and Henderson, no. Bobcats have gone without a hoop here for a few minutes. On the wing, Watson holds it for what I'm sure Tom Thibodeau says is an eternity. Ball loose, kicked away, and last touch by Todd Gibson. Bobcats on the turnover, get it back. Wallace comes in, Dominique McGuire goes out. Bobcats back home here on Saturday night to take on the New Orleans Hornets. Their only appearance here in their former city. Game time 7 o'clock. And the tickets start at just $10 to purchase yours. Get online right now, Bobcats.com. It's easy. Be here Saturday night. We got a lot of folk in here.
Yeah, nice hands by Gerald Wallace that time, or Gerald Henderson on that previous play, but we'll get an easy one here.
C.J. Watson completes the steal. And now it's 40-29. The Bobcats had a 17-point lead. It's now down to 11. And Charlotte wants a timeout, as this unit has looked pretty good against the Bobcats. 7:04 left to play here in this first half. Bobcats want an attitude readjustment here at the 7:04 mark. In celebration of McDonald's Share Your Heart program, individual game tickets purchased for select games during the months of January and February will result in a $1 donation to the Ronald McDonald House by the Bobcats. So visit bobcats.com/shareyourheart and help give back to a great cause. Steven Jackson back into the ball game along with Augustine, Wallace, Livingston, and Thomas. 2 minutes and 48 seconds since the Bobcats last scored. Inside, Thomas, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Carlos Boozer. Leon Wood says it stays in possession of Charlotte, despite the protestation of Carlos Boozer. There's Wallace. Nice screen by Thomas. Oh, he was open. Everybody sagged in. The ball followed.
Yeah. Got a little foul line jumper there. Didn't like it.
4 on the shot clock. Inside, Augustine threads the needle, goes to Wallace for 3. Yes! Just in time.
Relax, I got it under control. I want 3 instead of 2.
You doubted me? Come on. 6.5 to go first half. Corver right into the paint. Carlos Boozer fade, fire, and hit. Either he finishes in the paint, starts in there, and gets outside.
Yeah, big step away that time. Nice soft shot off the glass. Boozer has a variety of ways of scoring.
Boozer missed the first 14 games of the season because of a broken hand. Suffered in his home. Tyrus Thomas, mid-range jump doesn't go. Scraps for the rebound with Ronnie Brewer. Taj Gibson comes up with it. Derrick Rose getting ready to check back in. Kwame Brown the same for the Bobcats. C.J. Watson. Corver. They got Augustine on Taj Gibson. They want to take advantage of it. He threw it over the basket, and Wallace boarded it. Here's DJ in a hurry. On the wing, Sean Livingston. No! Rebound comes away to Boozer. He'll send C.J. Watson. Almost undercut by Thomas. Ball missed on the rebound. We got a whistle and a foul. And Sean Livingston is really upset. He thought he got fouled. The foul is going to be credited to DJ Augustine. Kwame Brown comes in. Tyrus Thomas comes out. Boris Diaw.
Boy, nice pass. Good attack right there. And he got hit. That's a foul.
Oh, yeah. Taj Gibson. And that contact happened, you bet, inside the semicircle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ronnie Brewer on the free throw line. Brewer, a steal artist. He's averaged 2 steals a game over the last 18. Already has one here tonight. And as Dell said, he's not known as a great shooter. He's a good defender, good teammate. Good guy to have in your top 8. Hits the second free throw, 43-32.
The Bulls have made offers to a couple other players. J.J. Redick was one, so Brewer and Corver, the late free agent signings, this Bulls team.
Now, they're still not happy. Corver got mop-up minutes against Detroit the other night. He's getting big minutes here in this one. Diaw takes Taj Gibson all the way in, misses the shot. Boozer is able to secure the loose ball. Derrick Rose back on the floor. Passes off to Corver, and a foul coming up on Jack. That's going to be 2. Jack protests the call.
Jack's saying, look, I just knocked the ball out. It's their ball.
He is taking it to the limit. Corver going to the free throw line. Kyle Korver is an excellent free throw shooter, 84%. No points, 7 minutes last 2 games. That's about to end. 43-33. Bobcats will try to get to Boston tomorrow afternoon if they can dig themselves out. They're playing Sacramento at home tonight. long as the officials and the two teams are there, you play.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how many people are in the house tonight in Boston. 43-34. Bulls have it under double figures here. Under 5 to go in the half. Augustine. Right back to Gerald. Corver's there to cover. And we got a whistle and a foul on Kyle Corver. No basket for Gerald.
Foul charge number 26, Kyle Korver.
That is going to be the first team foul on the Bulls this second quarter. Gerald looks pretty good.
He certainly does. Nice aggressive move right there, understanding Corver cannot guard him. They should go back to that mismatch.
3 ball. Steven Jackson, no. The rebound to Boozer. Carlos Boozer averages 10.1 rebounds a game. He's a double-double guy at 20.6 and 10.1. Lonnie Brewer inside. It goes to Boozer. Lets it off in the lane. Here comes Todd Gibson with the flush. And the Bulls have got it going here in the second quarter. 43-36. They're only 7 back when they once trailed by 17.
Bobcats lost some offensive rhythm with that second unit. Just haven't been able to get it back.
Here's Wallace stepping through and drawing a foul. It's either Gibson or Corver. It's going to be Corver with his second foul in as many possessions.
Second Bulls team foul. Going to the line for your Bobcats shooting.
Ooh, that was nice move by Gerald. A little swim move to get by Corver.
And now we have a officials time here. Carlos Boozer has some blood on his hand, so we have to stop play. Luol Deng getting ready to come back into the ball game. Bobcats have only 1 field goal in the last minute of 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Got another watch party coming up tomorrow night. The watch party tour presented by Budweiser. You can gather with other Bobcats fans to cheer your Bobcats on. There's some great specials and win some great prizes. Next stop is Strike City in the epicenter, and it's Friday night when the Bobcats take on the Boston Celtics. We'll get the party started with the Bobcats live at 7 and then have the game from the TD Garden at 7:30. And you can get to the epicenter, have a good time with the Lady Cats and Big Pat. Big Pat is not part of the Lady Cats. He's our PA announcer. Gerald Wallace on the free throw line.
I won't touch that one.
I mean, if you saw Pat, you wouldn't mistake him with the Lady Cats. And he would not be mistaken, nor would they with him.
Although he probably wishes he was part of the
Big Pat in a dress. No. Doesn't work. Gerald Wallace.
His voice is way too deep.
Yeah. Again, 2 for Gerald. 45-36. Bobcats trying to hold off the Bulls here in the second after getting a big lead. It was 40-23 at one point. Bulls on a 13-5 run here. Inside Boozer. Off and in from Derrick Rose.
Nice little play along the baseline. Boozer catch and a long pivot to get it to go off the glass. Good contact there, too.
Diao. Oh, Gerald's got Deng sealed. He'll put it up and off short. Ball lost and picked up by Derrick Rose. Here comes Rose. Todd Gibson. When Gibson and Boozer are in the game, there aren't many rebounds they don't get.
You're right about that.
Good rebounding team, 44 a game. Rose inside, no. Rolls into the hands of Boris Diaw. Bobcats are holding their own at 18-16 in the board. Augustine, nice screen there from Kwame. Back to the top, Diaw. He hasn't presented any post-up opportunities in the second quarter. Here comes Wallace off to Augustine. He'll dribble drive, penetrate off to Wallace for 3. His second triple of the night.
Just drive and kick until something opens up. Gerald Wallace touching nothing but the bottom of the net.
Bobcats 6 of 10, and that's Gerald's second three-pointer of the game. Rose on the wing. Boozer finds Ronnie Brewer. Back to Deng, top of the floor. Fired 1 on the shot clock. No. Tipped up there by Taj Gibson. Here's a race for the ball in the corner. Lost out of bounds. Bobcats ball. Ronnie Brewer hit it. Timeout on the court. Taken by the Bulls with 2:25 left to go here in the second. Bobcats widen the lead on shots like this from Gerald, his second three-pointer of the night. The lead is 10. Bobcats mobile app and connect with your Cats whenever and wherever. Get updates on Bobcats players, get the latest stats, check the standings out or exclusive video clips. There are photo galleries all over the place from your smartphone. To download the Bobcats app now for free, visit the Market app on your Android, the iTunes Store, or your iPhone, iPod, or iPad. For download help, visit Bobcats.com. Our IT staff will help. DJ Augustine now comes into the game. It's Jack D out, Tyrus Thomas back on the floor. I was going to say, maybe a chance to control Gerald Wallace's minutes, but yeah, why?
Yeah.
Why? He's okay.
Not the way he's playing.
Diao draws two defenders. We got a whistle and a foul coming up. It's going to be on Taj Gibson. And that is team foul number 3. So Chicago's got one more foul to give here. That's 2 on Gibson. Second on Gibson. 2:14 left to go here in the first half. DJ dealing with a pretty good point guard opposite of Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Thomas over Boozer for 2.
Nice patience right there. Court spread. Tyrus had options. Boozer knew it. Had his hands down. Tyrus right over the top.
12-point lead for Charlotte now. Rose finds Taj Gibson. Jumper doesn't go. Thomas beats Brewer to the rebound. The outlet to DJ. Up in the front court, the handoff to Jack. He'll back down in, go to the baseline. Knocked away. Deng with a rebound on a loose ball. Here comes Rose, middle of the floor. One-touch pass. Boozer puts it on the floor and puts it in. Had time to ride home that time after the Bobcats flew by.
Close to a travel right there. Boozer left that toe right on the ground, but Jack drew the double team, put up a tough shot.
Here comes Thomas with a fade in the lane and hits. Tyrus Thomas, 3 out of 6, 6 points, 6 boards in 8 minutes. Charlotte by 12. Rose, look at that change of pace. Gets to the rim just like that.
Wow. Look at that crossover and then explosion to the basket.
Eric Rose out of Memphis. Chicago's his hometown. Played a year with John Calipari at Memphis. #1 pick in the 08 draft. 40 seconds to go in the half. Diao from his hip. The little latte.
Nice change of direction. Clears a little space with the left wing and puts it off the glass.
Here's Rose out of control, looking for a foul, just well defended. Tyrus Thomas with Deng, and he gets horse collared by Luol Deng. They quickly have to separate them. Jack has some words for him. This could be a flagrant.
Well, you go up around
flagrant foul 1.
Yeah, up around the neck head area, no doubt about it.
Now, even if you didn't mean to hurt him.
Yeah.
He just wanted to stop the dunk.
Yeah, did not want Tyrus to get that shot off. Right there. You said it, Steve. A little horse collar action. Tyrus did a good job to get up and walk away.
A little blood on the nose of Tyrus Thomas. He got horse collar on that one. It's a flagrant 1. And that means 2 shots plus possession for the Bobcats. Tyrus trying to stop the bleeding of the nose here so he can take those 2 foul shots. And you know, Deng meant not to hurt Tyrus. He just wanted to stop the highlight. You could see him. And the only way he could stop was to get him around the shoulders and the neck.
Well, the thing is you want to stop a guy, you cannot let him get his arms above his shoulders. And Deng right there tries to grab his arms, but Tyrus is getting ready to gather himself to go up, and unfortunately just got him around the neck area. Wasn't a hard hit, hard fall, so everybody's good.
Yep. And the appropriate penalties dealt out here. Monty McCutcheon is looking at Tyrus Thomas to see if he can stop the nose from bleeding. And looks like a prize fighter.
Yeah, get his headbands straight and he'll be ready to go.
2 for Tyrus, who's a good free throw shooter even after contact. 23.7 seconds left to go.
The thing about it is you don't know what Tyrus's reaction is going to be to that. You know, he's an emotional player, plus this is his old team.
Yep.
Maybe thinking of trying to take a shot at him, but handled himself very, very well in that situation.
Still bleeding, so he comes out. Matt Carroll comes in. Bobcats maintain possession here. So this could still be a 4-point play. Keith Bogans checks in. Carlos Boozer comes out with 2 fouls. Tom Thibodeau, the head man of the Bulls out of Salem State University in Massachusetts. Home of the Salem Witches. That's the high school football team.
Okay. I know where you're going there.
Well, you know, I mean, Salem, Massachusetts is a city that has some witchcraft in its past. And Tom has grown through the ranks of the league. He's a native of New Britain, Connecticut. He's coached as an assistant with Minnesota, San Antonio, Philadelphia, New York, Houston, and Boston.
You said witchcraft?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You can go there, Salem, Massachusetts, and there'll be people dressed as witches who will tell you about the history of the town.
Did I see a news report where they're trying to tax witchcraft for people that practice witchcraft?
Well, yeah, I thought there was somebody who ran for Senate now in Delaware who.
That's right, yeah. Dabbled in it.
Here's Diaz with the fadeaway, doesn't go. 2 seconds left. Lonnie Brewer lets it go to Derrick Rose. Whoa. That almost went in, but the Bobcats had control most of this first half, and the score reflects that. A 13-point lead. Everything's a jiggle here in Charlotte over DJ Augustine and his play. Gerald Wallace's comeback, one of his 2 3-pointers, and the Bobcats hard at work. Jack at the half in used cars, and by Wachovia.
Welcome back to Jack at the half. There's your score. Bobcats up 55-42. And guess what? You already have 4 Bobcats players in double-digit scoring in the first half. Only 4 turnovers. Lucky number might be 4 for your Bobcats tonight. Let's take a look at your Gastonia Nissan keys to the second half. Show you how they're going to get it done to pull this victory off. Bullish defense. That's how they're going to get it done. 4 blocks in the first half. I mentioned the 4 turnovers. Well, guess what? They forced 5 turnovers. Look at that. Double teaming Derrick Rose, rotating perfectly, scoring offense from your defense. Gerald Wallace getting out and blocking shots. They've got to keep that going in the second half if they want to pull this victory out. Third quarter and fourth quarter, the Bulls are undefeated if they lead starting the fourth quarter. So Bobcats want to hold on to this one. All right, guys, those are your Gastonia Nissan keys to the second half, home of the lifetime warranty. Steve Martin and Del Curry will be back on the other side of this break.
The Bulls, I thought Stephanie's key point, Chicago 18-0 when they lead headed into the fourth. So the Bobcats.
That's a tremendous stat.
That is a tremendous stat. Bogans. The top now, here's Rose now. Dang hesitates, fires and hits. Luol Deng is their leading scorer at 12. Derrick Rose 10, Carlos Boozer 8. So the big 3 are inching up there. Bobcats have 4 of their 5 starters in double figures already. Gerald Wallace is 5 for 7. He leads Charlotte with 14. Diaz with 11. Kwame Brown with 10. And Augustine with 11. Steven Jackson so far only has 2. So his streak of 20-point games in jeopardy. Carlos Boozer in the post. Back to Bogans at the top. He'll take the 3. No. Rebound comes to Boozer, turns instantly in the lane and hits. If you're not going to get the rebound, hold your ground because Boozer is coming.
I had him boxed out good, but the 3-point shot created a long rebound. over the top, and he went and got it and laid it back in.
57-46. Top of the floor. Shot clock at 10. Ball movement not as crisp in the second half. And the rebounds now going to Chicago that were going to Kwame Brown and Boris Diaw in the first half.
You don't want to settle with jump shots. You want to continue to attack, drive, and kick. Move the ball side to side.
Bobcats outscored the Bulls 24-20 in the paint in the first half. Deng turns the corner on Diaw, lost the handle with it, and gets the shot away. The foul is going to be on Diaw. Crafty play by Luol Deng. And that's the third foul on Boris.
He's got to be a little more disciplined and focused right there, understanding. Look at that. That would have been a very difficult shot. Deng facing the Bobcats bench as he went up for that shot. Boris just wishes he could have held his ground right there.
Deng on the foul line. Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's bow time. Deng up for one more. These two teams will meet twice in 5 days and 4 times on the year. The 18th at Chicago, February 15th at Chicago, and then back here in Charlotte on March 9th. 57-47. The Bobcats lead is 10. They live it all the way. Wire to wire so far in this one. Jack to Augustine. On the wing. Wallace takes the three. No. Rebound comes back wide to Augustine. Screen and roll. Augustine doesn't use it. Jack backs up for three. No. Long jumper's the order of the day here in the second half for Charlotte. Rose. 2 Bobcats dog him. Boozer to the corner. Deng for three. No. The lead pass to Diaw. Wallace. Diaw for three. No. 4 long shots for Charlotte. It's Kurt Thomas. And now I got a whistle and a foul on Kurt Thomas as he bent Wallace over in half. That's going to be 3 on Thomas, who already has a technical, so he's got to watch what he says to Leon Wood and others.
Yeah, see the wing right there. You see his right arm. Extend that right arm out. Gerald Wallace, good job of selling that call right in front of the official, Leon Wood.
Wallace now, we got a whistle. I don't know. And now an offensive foul is going to be charged to Boris Diaw, and that's now 4 on Boris. And it's Tyrus Thomas time to get Diaw off the floor as he set the screen. Thomas on, Diaw off. Thomas first half was pretty good, 3 for 6 from the floor, 7. Bobcats now want a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout at the 9:09 mark. Paul Silas clearly not happy with the array of shot selection taken here in the second half of the Bobcats. Nothing but jumper, chicken and biscuits. It's bow time. And by Presbyterian Hospital, the Bobcats' official healthcare provider. Bobcats looking for their 4th straight win. They have settled for jump shots here in the first 3 minutes of the second half, so that warranted timeout by Paul Silas to remind him of the mission. Carlos Boozer has it against Kwame Brown, and he hits it. A little smile after.
I like 2 things. I like the insertion of Tyrus Thomas to get some energy in this Bobcats team in the 3rd quarter, and then the timeout by Coach Siles, who's clearly not happy with the shot selection or just the way the Bobcats were going through the motions offensively here in this 3rd quarter.
Here's Thomas. His jumper, no. So nothing in the paint for the Bobcats so far in the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the second half. But that's the closest shot that they took. Oh, look at the change of direction by Rose, and Thomas, after defending Rose, gets the rebound. Augustine. Robin now takes it inside, up and under, and score. Smallest guy on the floor leads the way.
Yeah, you just keep probing with the basketball, using screens and using his quickness and size to get around the corner. Laid off the glass. Big shot that was desperately needed by the Bobcats.
Deng out on the perimeter. Routed there by Jack. Comes to Boozer. He'll back down Thomas. There's the double from Jackson. Ball loose on the floor, and the Bobcats Bobcats steal it. Up in the front court, here's Augustine up and over. Wallace has to come down. Sends it to Jack. Jack with three. No. And Thomas with a rebound. Here comes Rose. Chicago spreads the floor a little differently here. Now they set the screen up. Rose walks his way inside, blocked by Kwame Brown. The outlet now comes to Augustine. DJ. Bogans gets out on him. Cross court comes to Wallace. Three ball, no. Wedges. Up against the rim. So it'll be a Chicago ball.
It'll be a jump ball.
Oh, it's a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Ball wedged in between the rim and the backboard perfectly by Gerald, but that's not where he wanted to put it. Jump ball with Thomas and Thomas. Oh, 16-year veteran hit it on the way up. Wow. Rose to Boozer, set him free, and the Bobcats respond with Wallace and Kwame Brown. The foul is going to be charged to Kwame Brown. It's 2 on Kwame. And the man with the cleanest, neatest goatee in the league, as Dell said the other night, steps to the line again.
Well, that manicured to the tee.
I don't know what form you use to get that done.
Personal barber.
You just sit there and watch and hope he doesn't hurt you.
He's leaned back in the chair.
Yeah. Great acquisition for the Bulls in the offseason. They, like several other teams, had money to spend, had courted LeBron James. They, of course, obviously didn't get him, but the consolation prize wasn't bad. Even with 14 games out with a broken hand, he's had a definite impact on this team. Here comes Jack in the lane, and he is fouled by Bogans.
Foul charge to number 16, Bogans.
And Jack, who's always in the motion of shooting, is on the line.
Jack just trying to find a way to get going here. 1 of 7 in the, or 1 of 8 in the ball game. Just can't get any rhythm, but maybe this will help him get to the free throw line.
Last time down, they put him on Deng instead of, and that's a matchup we kind of anticipated all along. He started the game on Keith Bogans. And we'll see if this works any differently for Jack. Jack has used defense to get his offense going the last couple of games.
Yeah, you see 18.8, only 3 tonight, make it 4. But anytime he has the ball in the post, they have been sending a helper. And sometimes you just have to sacrifice yourself to help your team.
Nearly made the steal on Deng that time. Here's Kurt Thomas into the paint. Boozer. Paul Silas wants a 3-second call. Carlos Boozer got a Mecklenburg County voting card on that one.
He's in there a while,
I would say. Thomas, top of the floor. Bobcats can't get anything in the paint here. They can't get Kwame Brown set up. Thomas, mid-range jumper hits. 63-52.
You see the Bulls now treating DJ Augustine like the Bobcats Derrick Rose. Stringing along that pick and roll, doubling him. They're trying to get the basketball out of his hands, and Cyrus Thomas realizing that, catching it in a sweet spot, knocked down a jumper.
Kurt Thomas runs the lane, scores the basket, draws the foul. And I think it's going to be on Kwame Brown again.
Savvy veteran right there. Attacks the rim.
Dominique McGuire comes into the ball game now, and Brown will come out. So the Bobcats get smaller, but no less tougher. McGuire, rugged rebounder. And Kurt Thomas on the free throw line. 6 rebounds. He's a great teammate, obviously. The guy sticks around on so many teams in 16 years. You know he's a guy you can count on.
Yeah, and when Joakim Noah goes down, you can insert Kurt Thomas and give him pretty heavy minutes for a guy 16 years in the league, and he can respond.
McGuire looking for Wallace. Now with Brown out, there's no post-up threat. Jack for three, no. Rebound comes away to Boozer. Bobcats have got to get ways to get inside. Derrick Rose found a way and drew a foul on Dominic McGuire. Gerald Henderson now getting ready to come into the game. This could be a situation tailor-made for him. That's three on McGuire. And Derrick Rose going to the free throw line.
At the line for Chicago.
Bobcats at Boston Friday night. We'll have it here on Sports South beginning at 7 o'clock with Bobcats Live. Got a watch party in the epicenter at Strike City. And back here Saturday night to face the Hornets as Gerald Henderson comes into the game. And Steven Jackson comes out. Jack talks with the boss. We'll see David Falk is here tonight. Saw him here at shoot around. Rose cuts the lead down to 6. E.J. Augustine at the top of the floor. Here comes the screen from Tyrus. The slip back to Tyrus. They'll take it inside on Boozer. Turn, fire, no. A little out of control on that one. Here comes Rose. Rose is passed to Boozer out of bounds. Turnover Chicago. But the Bulls are definitely tracking down the Bobcats here in the third.
The Bobcats just can't get anything in transition. And then taking long jump shots in the half-court set. Got to swing the ball that time. Tyrus Thomas should have swung that ball to Gerald Henderson for a jumper.
Here comes Augustine. McGuire on the baseline. No. Tipped by Thomas. Kept alive by Thomas, but nobody there to help. Augustine with a steal. And the ball lost out of bounds. You know, Chicago is number 2 in opponent's field goal percentage. Look at this scrape.
Oh, Tyrus Thomas all over it. And yep, DJ lost it right off his left hand right there.
Here comes Rose. A whistle and a foul. The foul's going to be on McGuire. And that'll quickly be 4 for Dominic McGuire, I believe. Chicago's number 2 in opponent's field goal. They're number 3 in rebounds, number 6 in blocks, and number 6 in points allowed at 93.6 a game. So they are a good defensive team.
Well, that was Tom Thibodeau's MO at Boston. Anyway, he's assistant. He was a defensive guru. He's brought that over to the Chicago Bulls team, and then just gave the offense to Derrick Rose, who's been able to get to the free throw line pretty frequently here in this third.
Ronnie Brewer back into the ballgame. Keith Logan's out. Steven Jackson is in. Dominique McGuire is out. So that takes a rebounder out but puts a shooter back in. And Rose onto the free throw line as the Bobcats, once up 17, have seen all but 5 of that go away. Now make it 4. 63-59. Still plenty of time left here in this third quarter. Augustine. Jackson takes it inside, gets the shot to go, and 1. That's what the Bobcats need.
Exactly. Good patience right there. Jack let every cutter go through, and then he saw it opening in the lane. Strong left-hand drive. Look at him create the contact with the left shoulder. Good spin off the glass and says, somebody help me up, because that was good.
Jackson, who only scored 2 points in the first half, looking for his 5th here in the third quarter alone. Charlotte suffering through a 4-14 quarter. Missed the free throw. Lead is 6. Here comes Rose. There comes the trap. He'll back up. Try to find Kurt Thomas. Now Taj Gibson. Don't have Boozer on the floor anymore. Deng. Brewer back to Deng at the top 4 on the shot clock. Deng stretches. Blocking foul. Tyrus Thomas. The Bobcats point to where that location was. It was outside the semicircle. At least that's what they're saying. Thomas with his 3rd.
Boy, excellent ball movement by the Bulls right there. And
oh, he was set and everything. He was set and everything.
Dang tried to sidestep A lot of times officials look at whether it was solid contact. Dang sidestepped him and just caught the side of Tyrus, and that may have been what the official called.
3-point play by Gibson. Makes it a 65-62 game. Augustine to Wallace. Shot fake, dribble drive, wait. We got a foul on Taj Gibson. As Wallace was flashing by him. That's going to be his third. Third team foul on Chicago. Bobcats have it side out. Steven Jackson got some blood on the finger. Now he comes back on. Bulls 10-2 run over the last 2:40. Charlotte had a comfortable 17-point lead at 40-23. And then they went cold. DJ. Yes.
Boy, that was a nice jump shot. He was floating to his left. And DJ's not on a roll. That shot is off, but boy, he's shooting the way he is, anything's going in.
5 for 10 for DJ tonight. He's got 15 points. And here's the defense on Rose. Back to Deng. Deng drives, banks, no. Rebound, Thomas. They're going to call the basket good, but it looked like a Chicago player hit it first. A goaltending call on Thomas. Watch this. Oh, that was. I thought Gibson got a hand on it.
Yeah, he pulled back and Tyrus knew it. He tried to hold off.
So it's a 3-point game, 67-64. Augustine pops, no, short. Ronnie Brewer picks up the rebound. Here comes Deng in transition. And we got a foul coming up. This one's on Gerald Henderson. Timeout to us too at the 2:39 mark. The Bulls are putting some serious heat on the Bobcats here with 2:39 left to go in the third. Bobcats by only 3. It's brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Luol Deng leads all scorers with 18. The big 3 in double figures with Boozer and Rose to follow. DJ Augustine leads Charlotte along with Gerald Wallace, his first game back, and Boris Diaw with 11. Steven Jackson struggling tonight with 6, and he's on a 2 for 10 night. 7 straight games of 20 or more. DJ continues his fine play. The head coach Paul Silas.
Double-double, 10 assists.
Wow.
For DJ as well.
And Augustine with only 1 turnover.
Bobcats only have 5 turnovers so far in the game. So
turnovers haven't been the story. Shot selection has, though, here in this third quarter, and frankly, Chicago's defense, I think, has had something to do with it.
Yep.
Deng on the foul line for 2. And the foul on Gerald Henderson. Bobcats over the limit. Bulls have 1 to give.
And there was a point there in the second half when the second unit was in. They missed 3 or 4 jump shots in one possession. Good wide open jump shots. Couldn't get them to go. And it seems like the offense kind of deflated a little bit. Just haven't been able to get the rhythm back.
Here comes Matt Carroll. Little drive into the lane. Finally gets the ball to Thomas. 10 on the shot clock. He'll shoot over Deng and miss. The Bobcats aren't getting any board coverage, especially if Thomas is going to take the jump shot. They're still doing a good job on Rose. But it's the others making things happen. Here's Gibson. He gets to the rim. Offensive foul on Taj Gibson. Gibson now has picked up his 4th foul. Now Former comes in.
Wipe away with the right arm right there. Matt Carroll did a good job right there, challenging, and then as Tyrus Thomas goes up for that block shot, you see Gibson right there with the right arm shielding Tyrus.
Bulls have scored on 8 of their last 10 possessions. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Jack, and now another foul on Gibson, who cannot stay with the quicker 3s out front. And Gibson picks up his 5th. And that means Luol Deng has to come back into the ballgame now. And Gibson goes out, and that takes a valuable weapon off the bench away from Tom Thibodeau.
Well, it's a bad matchup for Gibson because he's a 4, and Jack was playing the 4 position. Who's normally Jack only plays a 2, good off the bounce, and he went right at Taj Gibson.
Gets a small lineup on the floor, and that time it paid dividends. Augustine gets by the double team into the corner. Carroll 3-ball, no. Thomas tips the rebound out. Jack recovers. 67-66, 1-point game here in Charlotte. Bobcats have let a big lead slip away. Pass from Jackson to Carroll is thrown out of bounds. He couldn't get free of the flotsam and jetsam in the baseline.
Yeah, Jack threw that just a hair too early before Matt had cleared the traffic. Couldn't get to it.
All right, Bulls can take the lead. This time down, it would be their first lead of the game on a 14-4 run. Rose, top of the floor. No way they're going to go with the screener. Dang. These guys have done a pretty good job of holding on to the ball, and the lead is Chicago's for the first time tonight. 68-67 with 1:04 left to go in the third. And now Stephanie Reddy's words at halftime seem prophetic right now as the Bulls are 18-0 and they lead headed into the fourth. Jack. Hesitate. No. And that's a shot that normally goes in. We got a whistle. Leon Wood says Gerald Henderson knocked that ball out. It'll be Chicago ball. Bulls now with the lead and the ball for the first time tonight. Rose splits the double team. Henderson with a steal. We get a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Ball looks on. Son Steven at one side. Ralph Lewis at the other. Charles Oakley further down. They look for a solution to try to get the Bobcats rolling in the opposite direction.
The Bobcats done a better job of not allowing Derrick Rose to split the double team as he tried to that time.
The Bulls have done a nice job once Rose has given up the ball, getting either the basket or going to the foul line. Henderson controls the tip and it goes right to Thomas. He'll get it back out to Corver. Inside they go baseline with it, and Dang, or rather that is Ronnie Brewer who gets the basket. 70-67.
Kurt Thomas had a layup off the jump ball, threw it back out.
3-second differential shot to game. Bobcats down by a triple here. Here's Jack. The cutter is Henderson, but Brewer cuts it off. Jack fires, got it. 70-69. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Rose fires, no. And so ends the third quarter of play. But the Bulls are where they want to be. They finished the second half of the third quarter on an 18-6 run. And they are 18-0 when they take the lead into the fourth. And they've taken the momentum away from the Bobcats here, especially in this third quarter. Bag, you carry all your stuff home in. Visit Bobcats.com for details. And here's a look at the duffel bag right there. Very nice. I held it earlier this evening. We've got another giveaway on Saturday night, too, we may tell you about. All right, Sean Livingston in the ballgame to start the fourth with Boris Diaw, Tyrus Thomas, Gerald Wallace, and Steven Jackson. Ball has not moved well for the Bobcats offensively in the second half. Livingston trying to change that. Mid-range jumper goes. Nice way to start the third quarter. Puts the Bobcats back on top.
Boy, C.J. Watson ran up under him. A lot of body contact there. No call. Livingston concentrated, knocked it down. Big shot.
Watson gets to Dang. Watson, Dang, Brewer, Thomas, and Corver. And a foul on Jack. We're cutting the real estate away from Luol Deng. That's the third on Steven Jackson. Boris Diaw has 4. Worst trouble yet, though, for Chicago, as Taj Gibson, their top 6 man and their big rebounder, has 5. Corver on the curl. Back to C.J. Watson. Watson takes the 3 from outside. No. He got 33 in a game earlier this season. Livingston to Tyrus Thomas. John Livingston through his hand, saves it. Thomas tips, and here comes C.J. Watson with Jackson back, and he'll miss it. Gets another shot. He'll miss that too. The Bobcats get the ball. That may be a forerunner of things to come. Here comes Jack into front court, works his way in. The shot blocked by Thomas, but a foul coming up against Chicago. And it's going to be charged to Luol Deng.
Nice defensive effort by Jack on the last play to bother C.J. Watson without fouling twice. And then get to the free throw line on the other end.
Jack struggling tonight offensively, but staying in the game defensively. Jack tonight 3 of 5 from the line, and he's at 9 points. Charlotte by 2. They led by 14 after 1, by 12 after 2, trailed by 1 after 3. Now they lead by 3 here in the 4th. C.J. Watson. How long will Tom Thibodeau keep Derrick Rose over on the sideline? Watson drops it off inside. Kurt Thomas. Well, a long time if he keeps doing that.
Oh, a nice catch by the old fella. Hey, he is. Still able to play, though. I ain't mad at it.
Got an AARP card, but still able to play. Jackson. Back to Wallace. Shot fake, dribble to the elbow, and missed. The rebound, Tyrus Thomas. Keeping it alive. Jack, top of the floor. Thomas at the foul line. Yes.
Deserved that. Hung in the air for that offensive rebound to give his team another possession and made it pay off.
75-72. Bobcats by 3. Here's C.J. Watson penetrating. Pass out to Brewer. To Deng at the top. Wallace covers that. Korver for 3. Oh. That makes it even money here in the 4th. Kyle Korver, who in his career has threw up 942 3-pointers.
That's that know your personnel off of that scramble rotation defense. Forced Diaw all over that right hand shot, but Korver still got it to go.
Livingston lost the ball. It was knocked out by Chicago. It's going to be Bobcats ball. Carlos Boozer returns. Luol Deng goes out. So that puts Boozer and Thomas on the floor at the same time again. Boris Diaw has not scored in this second half. Now his minutes have been diminished by picking up 4 fouls. Livingston off the glass, too strong. Chicago could take the lead again. Korver off the leg of Steven Jackson, out of bounds. They had Ronnie Brewer wide open in the corner. Guess they'd rather have it the other way around. Korver looks at Boozer. Boozer on Diaw. Fades and hits. Boozer bringing power forward play back with 17 and 10.
He loves to face up, get you to drop your hands and shoot over the top.
Jack, ball deflected out of bounds by Ronnie Brewer. And we got a timeout here at the 8:32 mark. Bobcats and Bulls having at it. Bulls getting the better of it by 2, 77-75 over the Bobcats. Have teamed up to offer one lucky fan the ultimate giveaway, and this is great. One grand prize winner will receive 4 NASCAR Hall of Fame annual passes anytime you want to go. 4 VIP floor seats to a Charlotte Bobcats game. A 2-night hotel stay in Charlotte, so you can enjoy all that. Dinner for 4 at Ruth Chris Steakhouse. That's off the chain. Register now at foxsportssouth.com. Here's the Southeast Division standings. Heat still have a 4-game edge on the Magic, and Atlanta staying in tow. They had their game with Milwaukee postponed last night because of bad weather in Atlanta. You just couldn't get around. Diaw, 3 from the wing, no. And no rebound coverage for the Bobcats. C.J. Watson in front court. Brewer, Korver, Boozer, and Thomas with him. Here's Korver on the wing. Back to Watson at the top. Looking inside, Korver open for 3. Got it. Kyle Korver has been kind of left forgotten in this lineup, and tonight he's making his presence felt.
Too much space that time. He knew it was good.
80-75, Bulls' biggest lead of the game. Charlotte once led this thing by 17. Jack in the post. But the ball has stopped moving. Jack hands off inside. Thomas meets Kurt Thomas, and a foul coming up. And it's on Kurt Thomas. And that'll be number 4 on Thomas. DJ Augustine on the floor. And Sean Livingston will come on. And Tyrus Thomas goes to the free throw line.
At the line, Tyrus Thomas.
Thomas in double figures tonight. He's got a double-double, in fact. With 12 rebounds. Tyrus Thomas, that's his 3rd double-double of the season. His 14th journey into double figures. There you go. 5 for 11. That's off the bench tonight. Boozer gets the rebound. Chicago now manning up on the boards, 34-30 in favor of Chicago. They're one of the better rebounding teams in the league at 44 apiece. Brewer. Boozer on Dial, and that's the worst shot that he's had to look at all night.
Yeah, it made him go toward the baseline, kept him out of the middle.
Here's Wallace. Wallace gets to the rim, blocked. Korver and Boozer help. C.J. Watson out front. Korver right down on the baseline, and Brewer gives it away to Boris Diaw. Here's Jack on the other end. Bobcats down 4. Plenty of time left. Pass out comes to Diaw. Augustine gets by his man. Wallace back out to the top. It's Diaw. He'll drive into the lane and get up and under. Nice play, Boris Diaw.
Sure was. Boris Diaw. Nice, big, long strides. Got him to the rim, changed direction, and laid it on the other side.
A little espresso for Boris. 80-78. Watson to the top. Bobcats switch out the screen. That means Augustine's on Kurt Thomas. Runaway. Boozer missed the dunk. Bobcats get it back. Here comes Augustine. Augustine up and under. No, but fouled in the process, and he hit the deck. Might have hit his head down there. 2 shots coming.
Foul charge to number 32,
C.J. Watson on the foul.
Boozer with a catch and a nice turn, but took off a little too far. Hit that ball in the front of the rim.
Pretty aghast at that miss.
Yeah.
But it opens the door for the Bobcats to tie here with Augustine on the foul line for 2.
Got the fans excited.
Yeah. That last highlight when they stopped at the expression of the fans in the end zone was priceless. They're double-double this season for DJ Augustine. Only 1 turnover. Came into this game with a 3.61 assist-to-turnover average, top 5 in the league. Rare miss for DJ, leaves the Bobcats 1 back. Derrick Rose back on the floor. Thomas misses the rebound to Wallace. That's just how they laid it out in shoot-around. Make Rose give up the ball to a shooter, preferably a non-shooter. Diaw's deep 3, no. Overboards the miss. Bobcats now 6 of 20 from 3-point range. They haven't hit one here in the second half. They're going 6 of 10 in the first. Whistle offensive on Boozer. Timeout for the Bobcats. Boozer picking up foul number 3. And Charlotte will have the ball when we come back. They're down 1 after this timeout. This Saturday night, the Atlanta Hawks on the 22nd. Further ahead, Miami Heat and the Dallas Mavericks in a Friday-Saturday doubleheader at home. And all ticket specials, of course, available at Bobcats.com. Weekends, we got you covered. It's been a marvelous home run here for the Bobcats. Allow them to change coaches, put in a new offense, get some winning going.
Get some players healthy, get practice time. Timing couldn't have been perfect, any more perfect for the coaches change, and guys have responded well with good play, confidence, winning games that you should win, supposed to win on your home floor. Going to Minnesota, getting a big win without the 2 best players.
Yeah, and then 3 starters. Let's bring Stephanie Reddy in to talk defensive rotations here for the Bobcats.
Well, during that last time out, before the coaches even joined the players, Gerald Wallace and Steven Jackson were talking amongst themselves, making sure they knew what they wanted to do. There was a little discrepancy. They got it all straightened out, but I haven't seen this much focus on the defensive end this season yet. Steven
Jackson with a fadeaway jumper that the Bulls are going to allow to happen. I saw their defensive set that time, Dell, and everybody had a foot in the lane. They're saying, you take all the jump shots you want. You make them? All right, we'll accept them. Rose inside, forces the defense, and a tip on the rebound by Diao. Ball left in backcourt. Jackson picks it up. Good defense on Derrick Rose.
Yeah, Derrick wanted to foul the body contact there, but everybody went straight up.
Chicago 0 for 5 from the floor and 2 turnovers the last 6 possessions. Bobcats still up only 1, now make it 3.
Nice job by Jack, not settling for that jump shot. Picking the right time to attack the rim and got there.
Bulls have overtaken the Bobcats in the paint, 38-28. Deng out front, into the paint. Thomas, count the basket plus the foul. And it's on Boris Diaw, and that'll be 5. Kurt Thomas on the line for the 3-point play.
You see Kurt right there, just slips that double team. And Tyrus did not see his man leave. He's expecting the double team off the pick and roll. And either Tyrus has to stay connected until the screen actually happens, till the ball handler comes off the screen, or he's expecting help from the weak side. Neither happened that time.
Miss on the free throw by Thomas. Diaw with a rebound. And Boris in a tough position because you saw the guy he's guarding is Boozer.
Yeah, cannot leave him.
Jack at the top of the floor. Shot clock down to 10, and the Bobcats still outside the 3-point line. Here comes Augustine. Inside to Thomas. Score the basket and the foul. It's on Kurt Thomas. And that's 5 on Thomas.
DJ just trying to make something happen. They forced him baseline. He dribbles, and nice bounce pass right there. And Kurt Thomas with the reach in. Tyrus Thomas, strong play to hold that basketball and get it in the rim.
Thomas now on the foul line for a 3-point play. It's good. Bobcats by 4. 86-82. And 4 to play, and a timeout taken by the Bulls. Nobody back to help against the Bobcats press. Tom Thibodeau didn't want to take one there.
Yeah, Boris Diaw with good denial caught the Bulls off guard.
Going to be a full timeout taken by Chicago here at the 4:01 mark. Charlotte now with a strong kick in the 4th. 11-2 in 4 minutes, and they lead by 4 at home. Steven Jackson gets himself to double figures in the Bobcats' benefit.
Yeah, he's found his offensive game after only 2 points in that first half. Nice jumper over the top, and then strong drive to the right. So Jack, big difference from one half to the other. And the Bobcats have needed every one of those points.
Bobcats 6 of 12 this quarter. Chicago 2 of 12. Charlotte has only 7 turnovers in this game. They have a 4-point lead. Derrick Rose with the ball at the top. Okay, switching out. Here's Rose. Blocked by Thomas, out of bounds. Chicago ball.
DJ did a good job of bodying Rose where he couldn't get a lot of lift off the ground. DJ right here. Bodies right there. And then Tyrus Thomas from the weak side. Get it out, young fella.
Rose with 14. Ball lost out of bounds. It's going to be off the Bobcats. Bobcats very on defense. Oh, Rose pulled his hand away. Look at this.
A better angle right there. Look at it. Wow.
Oh. Did Rose touch it? No. 10 on the shot clock for Chicago. 2 defenders chase Rose. Deng Good defense there by Jack, and a foul coming up on Jackson. He'd gotten the ball away. Jackson now has 4. That's team foul number 4. Or is it 3?
Well, there's a hand check right there. That's where Monty McCutcheon got him with the hand check.
Rose with it. Inside, Kurt Thomas drops it off to Boozer. He'll score. Just too many bigs.
Yeah. Too many active bigs.
86-84 Charlotte. Augustine. Back to Jack. An awful lot of ball movement. Jack with it. Backs up. Fires. No. Right into the hands of Boozer. Bulls can tie this time down. Charlotte 0 for 10 from three-point land in the second half. Rose to Boozer. No basket. Jackson held his ground and stopped the play. Here's Augustine. Back the other way down for the Bobcats. Trying to build on a 2-point lead. Augustine into the paint. Looks for someone to follow. He'll score.
DJ, nice hesitation there. You got to respect that jumper. Hesitation dribble gets him all the way to the rim. Derrick Rose late trying to block that shot, and DJ Augustine. Nice play. Look right here. Oh, I'm going to stop. No, I'm going to continue. Stop again. No. Double hesitation move gets him all the way to the rack in a nice lay.
Tell you what, DJ Augustine is acquitting himself very well against one of the best point guards in the NBA. He's winning that battle tonight. 18 points, 11 assists to Derrick Rose's 14 points and 6 assists.
Well, that was a la Derrick Rose. He does a lot of hesitation moves, and when you guard a guy like that, you learn how to play like that yourself. And DJ, again, Bulls had to respect his three-point shooting, and he's not just relying on that three. He's able to get all the way to the hole.
He's gone there several times tonight. He's drawn several three-point play opportunities. Chicago calls this 20. Charlotte by 4 with 2:45 left to play. I don't want to be the harbinger of bad news, but you know Chicago has won 3 games when they were trailing with 20 seconds left.
Well, they have a lot of explosive offensive guys.
I just wanted to say that.
But how about the calmness of DJ?
Oh, boy.
Understanding we've got to get a shot off. The ball is in my hands. I have to make something positive happen. Derrick
Rose. What a crossover. Gets to the rim, score the basket and the foul. It's going to be on Tyrus Thomas. This man has killer skills.
No pick needed. Wow, look at that. Wow. Crossover and then splits the defenders. Tyrus with the reach in.
88-86. Rose now will get to within a point of Augustine at 17 if he makes it. And it's a 1-point game with 2:38 to play. Good thing the Bobcats got up by 17. They needed all of that lead here tonight. Augustine. Again, they show on Augustine much like the Bobcats are doing on Rose. They'll flip it again. This time Augustine takes a route to the basket. Out front. Wallace, 7 on the shot clock. The kick out to Jack. The deep 3. No. Diao, no. Ronnie Brewer secures the ball for the Bulls, who can retake the lead here. Working our way to the 2-minute mark. Rose. Shot off. No. Rebound. Diao. Great play by Augustine and Tyrus Thomas.
DJ holding his ground, just making Derrick Rose take a difficult shot and expecting his teammates to help him, and they did just that.
Here comes it. DJ back to Thomas. No. Bobcats have had a couple of air balls here in this fourth quarter. Rose back the other way. Here's Boozer inside. Got 2. Carlos Boozer with 21. Chicago returns to the lead.
Running that pick and roll before the defense was set. Derrick Rose, Carlos Boozer, pick and roll to perfection.
Jack on the top. Diao fakes the 3, kicks to Thomas. He'll penetrate, go up and under, and score! What a play by Tyrus Thomas!
That young fella, I don't know if he meant to get it in that way, but he'll take it.
Crowd on their feet here in Charlotte. A minute 3 to play. Derrick Rose inside, short. Tim Thomas vying for the rebound and talks it off. Chicago, Charlotte ball with 57 seconds left to go.
You think that young man isn't fired up? You think he does not want to win this basketball game?
17 points, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks, a tour de force by former Bull Tyrus Thomas. And we've got a replay coming. Monty McCutcheon. The call is that the ball belongs to the Bobcats, and now they're going to make sure that the possession is correct. Replay rules now allow you to replay to make sure you get a call that you might not be sure of correct. So the call is, though, in the Bobcats' favor. They have to see definitive footage that proves otherwise.
Yeah, Coach Silas is drawing up a play right now like the basketball is going to be his. And I'm sure Tom Thibodeau's doing the same thing.
Yep. They're giving it a good look. Monty McCutcheon there with Leon Wood and Josh Tiven, one of the newer officials in the league. And it's going to be Bobcats ball, says Monty McCutcheon. The call is right. And Charlotte has it. 57 seconds left to go.
Oh, yeah. Nice hustle by Tyrus Thomas. Just handcuffed Brewer. He had no idea what was happening.
All right, Bobcats have it. Big offensive opportunity right here, Dale.
Spread the floor. They've run pick and roll with DJ and Jack most of this fourth quarter.
Augustine to Jack. Dang on Jack. Here comes the screen and roll. Back to Augustine. 8 on the shot clock. Now it's down to 5. Jack in a post up on Dang. Yes! Timeout Chicago. Bobcats by 3 with 34.8 to go.
Big shot, Jack, right there. Turning over the left shoulder. He's normally a right shoulder guy. That time turning over the left baseline fadeaway. When a guy is not having his best game, that is a very tough shot.
Man, he has worked hard to get to 16 points. Bobcats have 6 guys in double figures. We've got a couple of Wachovia pivotal moments. We couldn't pick one. We'll let you see a couple. But that one of the best plays of the game by Tyrus Thomas.
How about that? Did not use the backboard on that shot. And then when the Bobcats need a big one, look at Jack. Turn over the shoulder, fading away. Wow.
Now they got to have some defense. They got to make sure they know where Luol Deng is. He's their chief three-point threat to tie it up. If there's time for Chicago here, they don't have to go for 3 here. There's 34 seconds left. They just got to get 2 and then play some good defense. But there are 2 possessions left in this game.
Well, you know Derrick Rose is going to have the basketball. It's whether they're just going to isolate him one-on-one against DJ or put him in pick and roll. Bobcats must first realize what the play is and where the rotation and the help's going to come from, and then rebound the basketball.
Now here's the game reset. Bulls with 1:20 left. Bobcats have a full and 2 20s. Neither team has a foul to give. 34.8 seconds left to go. Kyle Korver is in the ball game now, and it goes back to what Dell said. KYP, know your personnel.
And he's in to spread the floor to give Derrick Rose more room to operate. Look for Korver on one wing, Dang on the other. Can knock down a 3. Kurt Thomas, short corner, doing the dirty work. And then Derrick Rose, a boozer, will probably be in a pick and roll situation.
You haven't seen enough of this. We got Bobcats Live, the post-game report, right after the game, so stay with us. Derrick Rose with the ball. Why aren't we surprised? Gets double teamed, throws it away. Boris Diaw with it. Here comes Augustine. In backcourt, Claude scratched, kicked, and fouled. Finally by Carlos Boozer. And the best Bobcats free throw shooter heads to the line with 23.4 seconds left. That's 5 fouls on Boozer.
Derrick Rose have been shooting those shots all night long. That time he saw the double team, decided not to go up with the shot to try to make a pass, and the player was not expecting it.
DJ wide out. 93-89. It's a 2-possession game. No shot clock. One more. Chicago takes their final timeout. It's at 20. And we'll hold it right here. The Bobcats looking to take down some tall timber with this one.
Boy, what a big win this would be after getting a 17-point lead, going down by 5, having your offense deflated by the Bulls defense, and still coming in this fourth quarter when you gave the stat the Bulls undefeated when they lead the fourth quarter. Bobcats still finding a way to win when Steven Jackson struggles a little bit.
Bobcats 3-10 against teams with winning records, but that's a qualification that there's our Sprite player of the game, DJ Augustine. 20 points, 12 assists, a career high, and only 1 turnover, his 3rd double-double of the season. Bobcats have beaten 3 teams with winning records at the time they played them. New Jersey was 2-1 when the Bobcats beat them. Phoenix was above 500 when they beat them. Neither team is over 500 now. The only team that remains is Denver. So this would be an important hide to tack to the side of the shack for the Bobcats.
It's the biggest win of the season.
Will be the biggest win of the season, but there's still 23 seconds left and only 5 points. 2 possessions separate these two. Here's Corver inside Boozer. No, it's going to be 2. Counted for Boozer. Goaltend on Tyrus Thomas. It only took 2 seconds to execute that play. And the Bulls are within a possession. The Bobcats will take a timeout. Full timeout for the Bobcats with 21.4 seconds left. Boozer with 23, Deng with 22, Rose with 17. We'll take the timeout with them. You stay with us. More to come. Can the Bobcats hold on and close it out? We'll see. You get on a dead ball, move it into front court. So the Bobcats spared themselves of having to face the full court press. And they'll get to inbound the ball just beyond the midcourt line.
Well, that was clearly the point of taking a timeout to get the ball on your end of the floor and also draw up a play that gets the basketball in your free throw shooter's hands, because the Bulls must foul.
And those free throw shooters would be DJ Augustine, Matt Carroll, and Steven Jackson in that order. The Bulls would like to see Boris Diaw or Gerald Wallace get the ball.
Well, Gerald's going to inbound, and Boris is going to be the screener. Look at the Bulls. They're going to double team the inbounder, Gerald Wallace. I don't know if I've ever seen this.
No, me neither. They got bigs on him. Bobcats have a timeout remaining. They can throw in the backcourt, and they do. DJ Augustine double team, and they're going to foul Augustine in backcourt. If they didn't get the steal, they had to foul. So now DJ gets to go to the line, and he'll be on the line for 2, and he can probably put this game out of reach.
I don't know how you expect to get a steal with 2 guys on the inbounder, and the Bobcats are able to go in the backcourt
with 4 on 3.
Yeah, pretty much a free pass to get the ball inside inbounds.
DJ hits the first. 2-possession game now. Thomas comes in, Carroll comes out.
Returning for your Bobcats, Tyrus Thomas.
Bulls are out of timeouts. And Augustine for an all-important second shot. Gets it. DJ with 4 straight hits.
Love that force. Not allowing Derrick Rose to catch the basketball. That's a huge play.
Deng for 3. No. Rebound Bobcats. 11 seconds left. They got a foul. Unless they've given up. Augustine up in front. They have. Bobcats are going to win and hand Chicago their first loss after they've taken the lead through 3. great comeback for Charlotte, battling their way back for the biggest win of the year. Their 4th straight victory, a 96-91 conquest of a very good team, the Chicago Bulls. And they'll get a rematch with Michael Jordan's former team on January 18th in Chicago. But now it's on to Boston. And more immediately, Bobcats Live here shortly. Michael Jordan with a good word for all of his Bobcats as the owner's happy. Saw his team give up a lead and then battle back and retake it. And Stephanie Reddy is standing by with 2 men big in this outcome, DJ Augustine and Tyrus Thomas.
Thank you so much, Steve. Joined by the 2 leading scorers. We're going to go with Tyrus Thomas first because he's the vet, so he can get back in the locker room. You always set the tone defensively coming off the bench with your block shots, but tonight the jump shot was falling for you. What were you seeing out there?
You know, this is a game I'm always extra anxious to play, and I started off not making them, and you know, Paul told me just keep shooting, don't force, but keep shooting, and you know, like you said, the defensive tone was there, and the shots started falling.
Now, when the Bulls went on their run, they came back from that 17-point deficit that they did have. What were you all thinking, and how were you able to maintain your composure?
It's the NBA, you know, so every team is going to make a run, but we didn't want them to take that run and let it get out of hand, so we had to, you know, regroup and refocus and buckle down even more on defense.
The offense is up-tempo now under Coach Silas, but the defense seems to be clicking even better. Do you see a difference?
Yeah, I mean, to be able to play in an offense like this, you gotta be able to play defense because it kind of forces the other team to run. So, you know, we've been focused on both ends of the floor, and I think our record shows it.
Nice job. Thanks for stopping.
All right, thanks.
All right, now on to DJ, point guard extraordinaire, double-double for you tonight, leading scorer. But I'd like to point out only 1 turnover. You're seeing the floor better than ever out there. Tell me what it's like to have your teammates knocking down shots, and so are you.
It's great. I mean, we're having fun. You know, we're playing together. And MJ told me after the other game I had 5 turnovers. I better not do that again. So, you know, I kind of held back.
Well, when the boss threatens you, you have to listen, especially when it's Michael Jordan. But you started off hitting your jump shots. Does that help you with your distribution later on? Because now the opponent has to respect your shot.
Yeah, if I'm hitting shots, you know, they have to come out on me, and I'm able to get by them and open up shots to my teammates, and I have confidence in them knocking them down.
Defensive schemes we've seen a little bit differently since Coach Silas has taken over, but it seems like the team is more focused in that effort. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we had a great player to try to handle tonight, D.Rose, and we did a great job of, you know, doing the scout report and trapping him on every pick and roll, and it worked, and that's what we're trying to do every game.
Well, nice job and continued success.
Thank you.
All right, Steve.
Thank you, Stephanie. Great words by DJ Augustine. Said we had a game plan against Derrick Rose and Del Curry. It paid off for them. They did not give it up all the way.
They sure didn't, Steve. Excellent job of focusing in, especially in that 4th quarter, not getting discouraged even though shots weren't going 2nd and 3rd quarter, focusing in and finishing the game.
Well, there's more to come. We're not done celebrating yet. Bobcats Live is coming your way next after this Bobcats win over Chicago.